Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacaster from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Sight, Defender of the Fatherland, your God Emperor of mankind. Off here to 1 vs 1 on Crossing in the Woods. Yes, indeed, the ever lovely, the ever tranquil, but only for moments, Crossing in the Woods. The setting is 1944. Somewhere around the Hudkin Forest, the 6th Armoured Division has been tasked with pushing ahead, trying to establish a new breach in the German lines. In the north it is Tomakaze, a rank, I believe 12 or 14 American player here fighting for freedom and democracy. With the 6th Armour, with airborne Recon Support armour, with Paratroop Pathfinder Infinite Bullets and Zebras in the south. We got, well, we'll just call them Steiner because of the little sticks. They're basically, if there's just symbols there where they all just, go for whatever they represent and then just give them a random name, detail if they got dots, because again, they like using Asians, symbols which they can't be passed. So, again, in this case, Steiner fighting for the 21st Panzer Division with Breakthrough. Luftwaffe Ground Force and Special Operations with infantry and tank gun and machine gun bulletins. We got a full-scale Kubak start out here for Steiner versus the Rifleman here for Tomakaze as he moves out in the name of democracy, freedom, corporate interests. Nations there creeping ahead there. They see nothing, but there you go. Crouch spotted. M1 carbine saying out a dirge to the Germans, but in the end it ends up being sort of more like a limerick. Told at a pretty low volume. All riflemen away there for Tomakaze. Reactions there getting blasted out by the Kuba and the MD-34, singing out a few violent tunes there. The Reactions holding up behind an old boat. The riflemen moving up there. And then the Reactions will fall back as they realise with the M1 carbines they don't stand much chance against the might of Deutschland in a Kugelwagen. Riflemen and might stand a better chance here, but at the same time the Kugelwagen can keep a decent pace, and in this case use the Sturm Pioneers to punish the Riflemen moving up there. They should have a good chance, and there you go, after taking him down to the Sturm Gewehr, simply put out too much firepower for the Riflemen to deal with. Quickly pushing back there to Tomakaze's brave men in the face of the German onslaught. Pearson's holding up behind it. Kuban could do with some repairs though. The front lines are getting a bit wonky there. Sturm Pan is quickly sitting back, working there, grabbing that. Trot on the way here. So Steiner here going for the aggressive take up here versus Tomakaze. Back keeping that going in there for Tomakaze as of yet. He could go for another rifle squad, could go for mortars though. Versus the current build here from Steiner, mortar would not seem to be the most amazing choice. Of course, he might just try and stall here either for something like from the airborne Pathfinders, paratroopers, or Recon Support with Pathfinders, paratroopers, maybe a Greyhound. Or of course he's going to push up for the fast lieutenant here. I'll push back by the full commanders as Steiner then launches a successful, spirited and glorious assault using raw numbers. Guess that's less glorious. Kuban then dealing with the rifleman, being pushed a bit swiftly there though. Battle group headquarters here for Steiner, so he's clearly playing some sort of aggressive strategy to an extent, but also playing just not relying on the looks, but rather on a lot of support weapons. So MG-34s and 9 guns could very likely be something. There we go, Kuba running down. In this case, Steiner was a bit too slow to put back, and Refro punished him. Not Refro, Tomakaze, because he got the AK Refro fanboy, which some players began calling themselves. I don't know why, but I'm guessing they just, in awe of Refro's Danish heritage and skills. And thusly have somehow begun worshipping him like some sort of cargo cult, hoping that somehow the glory of Denmark would shine upon them as well. Riflemen there being pushing back the Sturm Pioneer, supported by the Russians, and more riflemen there from Tomakaze Lieutenant out, noting that Steiner here I believe was around rank 22 with the Oberkommand West and rank 18 with the Wehrmacht. Basically an overall high rank player, so not exactly some slouch, and clearly the whole attaching a rifle a bit to him might just in fact be working out. Anyways, Lieutenant Challenge against the Fultons here, heavier firing there going on, but the Lieutenant though, actually the Lieutenant does not bite the dust. He just briefly looked like, since you couldn't see his characteristics, slightly, colourful vest there, at least comparatively colourful compared to the, olive greens of the Rifleman. God damn, Lieutenant, you got yourself a really nice jacket there. Thanks! I killed another lieutenant for it. What? Yeah, that's how I become a lieutenant in the U.S. Army. You kill another lieutenant. That doesn't make sense. Welcome to the U.S. Army. Nothing makes sense. Rifle charging full, so they're pushing them back. In the south, MD-34 here with the Sturm Pioneer. Breakthrough tactics as well here for Steiner. There certainly seems to be a notable influx all of a sudden of breakthrough tactics that I actually noticed here from Oberkommand West players. It's almost like, they also like some woke up from sort of coma like, Mein Gott, where am I? Och, Oh, breakthrough tactics, Panzerfusiliers, that's great, yeah, excellent. I don't know if I never stopped using them in the first place. At least that's sort of almost the impression I'm getting here with all this, you know, just sudden influx of breakthrough tactics and Panzerfusiliers, but no Sturmofficers because you never go for him, sadly. We got a 5th cavalry out here for Tomakaze. There's more than happy to return the machine and give a favour here on the goddamn Krauts. So far, though, no Panzerfusiliers. Not even the Sturmofficer here, though, from Steiner. Fortunately, against the Riflemen, streaming down in negative cover, though these do not stand much of a chance there. And there we go. Finally, the curtain drops, or, you know, the secrets are out, or, you know, cat gets out of the bag. Either way, the Panzerfusiliers arrived. 6-man squad there with the G43s. Grabbing points here. Fun fact about the difference between German and American infantry doctrine and these in terms of weapons is the Americans emphasise the rifle, hence the M1 Garand was important for them because they believed, you know, that way increasing firepower, but the Germans believe in the machine gun, hence why they focus on the MG34 and the MG42 is that way of increasing a squad's firepower. Comparatively, of course, the Americans then used older machine guns. So, you know, little fun fact there. That's for example how infantry doctrine sort of, you know, actually came through. Similarly, the Soviets actually sort of ran the same idea as the Americans. Problem is they couldn't produce enough SVT-40s, so they had to do with the most in a gun. The British, on the hand, kind of to an extent had some sort of German doctrine, went for the Bren gun, but of course they then sort of emphasised different traits of the machine gun, where the Germans preferred just, you know, lethality. The British sort of favoured accuracy overall. And lastly, no less on the high rate of fire, which the Germans favoured. So, a few sort of fun facts there, and sort of how the different armies approached the art of war, based on, you know, different sorts of thoughts. More Panzerfusiliers out here, though, for Steiner. The Riflemen setting out. Nothing further out here, though, from Tomakaze's base. No sign of tech either. We got the Riflemen moving ahead here. Got the MG34 opening up on the Riflemen. Now, technically, this would have been doctrinally incorrectly. The heavy machine guns were actually meant to support infantry on the attack. Defensively, they were kind of meant to basically just pick up the machine gun from the tripod and just use it more actively, flexibly. And of course, even the light machine was meant to be aggressively used, but I mean, the heavy machine gun in particular was sort of meant to be sort of overall aggressive use to support attacks on enemy defenders, keeping their pets down as the German infantry advanced. So, little fun fact there. But there you go, Panzer's moving ahead here, MG44 on the rifle, relatively quick to press them. I mean, obviously the shrubbery affords them courage in the face of the machine gun for a few more seconds, but ultimately they get suppressed and allow the Panzers to pull in, so this is much more, you know, how the Germans would have kind of done it, obviously. Obviously there will be some notable differences in how, you know, things actually happen in World War II. For starters, the Americans, you know, wouldn't scream about things being overpowered, and neither would the Germans. Please nerf Relic! Yeah, please nerf goddamn Canadian Nazis. Pushing back the forces there, we got bazooka teams out here for Tomakaze. He's clearly anticipating some sort of vehicle, or just wants to cut it off just in case, and certainly doesn't hurt to be ready in case of a fast flak half track. But so far though, Steiner here seems less concerned with that, in fact might be pushing ahead for some swift up panzers. Like Kedmef out, so he's clearly anticipating that Tomakaze is going to go for light vehicles on him. So certainly both sides they're sort of preparing for the light vehicular eventuality, but so far neither is pushing for it either. Panzers there attacking a superior numerically and superiorly trained force. They're taking the rear echelons. Grab the pointy 50 cavalry opening up on the Krauts there. And there you go, Rifleman Lieutenant push back here, but the Sturmpuny are backed up here by the MG34. Forces suppress, sadly without heavy cover. They are easy targets long term for the 50 caliber machine gun, which just cuts through the shrubbery like a lawnmower cuts through grass, albeit a bit more expensive, I imagine, since your lawnmowers don't use bullets. And if they do, you probably should stop using it. Doesn't sound very safe. Another 50 cavalry here for Tomakaze again. He has designated, or at least not identified, Steiner strategy. It is a very infantry heavy, in which case bring up more machine guns that way. Steiner it and slow it down is a very good choice. We'll have to see how Steiner reacts to that. One counter, of course, would be to bring up like infantry guns that require artillery support, maybe smoke screens, so that way, you know, to an extent negate the 50 caliber tactics here. So that's one of the sort of mind games that can happen here. I imagine that he's going to try first for a fast tech up, maybe bring up some orbital darting, but otherwise just push out for fast Panzer Force. S-mines down there, Schulmine. Obviously not the Sprengmine, but Schulmine. Basically both referred to in existence as S-mines, I think. Yeah, Schulmine, which stands for Schützenmine. Though technically they were designed for blowing off feet, so you couldn't use shoes anymore. Like the Germans basically came to the conclusion at some point, it's better to just maim someone instead of outright killing them using mines, because if you maim them, A, it has a very psychologically demoralizing effect. B, you have to get someone else to carry them back home, so that draws more forces away from the front line. Plus, of course, they don't have to care for the bastard, meaning more resources expended. Whereas if you kill someone, well, the buck stops there. Like, you killed someone, great, but you're not adding additional drain to them in terms of logistics. Rather, there's a press by the MU-34. Getting some kills in there. Rather, getting blasted by the Panzer 50 caliber moving up. PVT Tomakaze is now swinging the game aggressively here, noting that all of his pushes here supported by 50 caliber. Again, using the heavy machine gun aggressively to make it harder for the defender to have to defend. Good play there by Tomakaze. Good play. Falls to the close being wiped out here by the Lieutenant. 50 caliber push here, and he's otherwise pinned to his base. A really strong play there from Tomakaze. Excellent American play, putting Steiner here in a bit of a tough spot. Fultz is flanking up behind. Up north here, point's been secured, further cutting off Steiner here from his resources. Quick flank here attempted. There you go. As soon as the machine gun has been pushed out, he pushes in with Panzerfusil here. We got a lot of fire there. He's trying to take out the 50 caliber machine gun. If he could have grabbed it, that would have been great here for Steiner, but sadly, fortune did not favour him here. Or arguably can argue it favoured Tomakaze. I'll wait, machine gun there. Could possibly be used a bit mightily there by Steiner. Again, it seems a bit more defensive, and there got totally called in on the machine gun. So, well, the matter has been forced. Which does remind me of the SS commander, or platoon unit leader, somewhere I think around the Balkans, I believe. Basically, his units pinned down by any machine gun fire, and basically to push them ahead, he just grabbed a grenade and popped it right behind them, and suddenly they got moving and quickly cleared out the enemy positions. Almost the same here, except of course it's the enemy forcing the machine gun to move ahead. But there you go. Note the pattern here that Steiner's taking. He's quickly moving first of all the points to connect the fuel point, although he could have possibly tried here for breakthrough attacks to speed it up a bit, but you know, at least again, sort of it makes sense the move he's making there. Panzers, they need to fall back fast. We got a lot of bars up there in Tomakaze. We also got Recon Support, an interesting choice. Might be planning Greyhounds just in case, or just, you know, airdropping in the airdrop combat group, because that provides him with anti-tank guns. Plus, more, maybe more bazookas if he needs it. Rather than close being wiped out here. Bit of an unfortunate engagement. Nice counter flank there by Steiner on Tomakaze, getting a bit awkwardly hanging about there. But resource-wise, Tomakaze is controlling the flow there, and that is putting a bit of a, well, squeeze on Steiner and the German army. Back here, that we got the line figure on the way. Very much, I imagine, a counter here to the 50 caliber machine guns. But also, you see, basically in some cases avoiding engagements just to run around behind enemy lines to harass that way, you know, trying to slow down Tomakaze's resource flow, but also, you know, force him to pull troops away from the front line to deal with this. So, very good counter tactic there from Steiner, to be honest. Very good counter tactic. I think a lot of people tend to underestimate the power of just not directly engaging your opponent, but actually, you know, basically disrupting them behind their lines. Of course, it does require some, you know, control of your units and all that to keep, you know, going properly without losing units, but if you can do it, it can actually have some effect. So, nice play there. Nice play. Land gun is ready. The 50 caliber is already moving, but I like the idea. I like the idea. Back here, Panzer is reinforcing, healing, other one engaging here. And we could see that 50 caliber go down and possibly secured here by Steiner and the 21st Panzer Division. Jack there goes jumping about. Lieutenant makes a run for it. Good try and flank back at the enemy for opening up. Looks like the 50 caliber is going to be taken away there. Close one there for Tomakaze. Had Steiner got his hands on that 50 caliber. That could have been a bit uncomfortable, to put it mildly. Another kid over here for Steiner. He's seeing no light vehicles from Tomakaze, so he's beginning to worry about armour. Meanwhile, though, Tomakaze is bringing out a mortar, possibly for counter-artillery purposes, but also for himself with some artillery support. Maybe he can provide smoke screens, so that way provide assault support. Bingo. Panzer here, closing in between two very slowly. Shoots him just in between the eyes at this range. Have you seen the heads? They're huge. They're fat. Assault here, not really working out too well there for Steiner. Straight into a 5th caliber machine gun. Does pop the incendiary grenade, but oh, there we go. Panzer was gotten suppressed. That helps a bit, and that does force Tomakaze to retreat the 5th caliber. Assault continues on aggressively, almost getting rifle score there, but once more the opportunity eludes his grasp. Lady Fortune smacks him once more for overreaching. But he's closing in on the Panzer IV Tomakaze that comparatively has... oh, it does have a major, so he can actually push for the Sherman first. In fact, he can push for it right now, unless, of course, he's anticipating a Panzer IV, in which case, of course, he's going to go for the Jackson, so there's a counter choice. Mind games, ladies and gentlemen. Who goes for what? Pushing up with the 5th caliber here a bit aggressively. Quickly gets away. We also got Panzer up in the Sturm Pioneers here from Steiner, indicating he's not particularly concerned about Tomakaze laying down mines. Tomakaze, by the way, does end up with the Sherman here. And of course, there's more emphasis on the armoured threat with the Panzerschreck. Still, those Panzer Fusiliers are doing, I would say, Steiner here some great work. Folks, there's Lieutenant Sherman halfway down. Then we got Racing flying up behind the Fulton. There's bazooka rockets flying and absolutely hitting nothing. If they're hitting something, it's far, far removed. Extreme Punish push back. Gunners flank here by Tomakaze's riflemen. Despite having gone for the darkness so far, they've actually seen anything from Recon Support. Admittedly, Steiner hasn't really put a lot of it into the other. I mean, we just got the Panzers that is no breakthrough tactics, no Sturmhoffers there, and obviously we're not going to see assault artillery or the Jagd because they're not that good. But there you go, Panzer on the way there for Steiner. Machine gun holding up the rifleman. Tomakaze showing the strikes and causes havoc, fear and terror. Few of them being up, he could try and pop breakthrough tactics quickly under neutral. I mean, it is a surprisingly good ability, but it does occasionally get overlooked by some players. And I mean, as there seemingly is a sudden surge in breakthrough tactics users, there'll probably be a lot of them who forget about this ability. But again, it's pretty good. Oh, he countered the Panzer IV, meaning Steiner he's basically sort of thinking, all right, I should probably actually pull for a Panther instead to counter. I should pull for a Panther to counter these verdammte Scheiße amerikanische Panzer. There we go. Got to do this correctly. No, he does end up with a Panzer IV anyways. I don't know. I think the Panther could actually work that, but I guess that's where it ends up in the end. 50 caliber sitting out here. But admittedly not the good kind of, shall we say, indecision there by Steiner. But I guess he was seriously considering the Panther for a bit and then just decided in the end, you know what, let's not. So the fight against kills in the 5th caliber, and that does cause, well, Tomakaze retreat. Instead he calls in, oh! Bombs. Cluster bombs, that's going to get the Recon down. The Sturm Pioneers got wiped as well. One hell of a blow there to Steiner. One hell of a blow. Also, fun fact about the cluster bombs, so a straight up copy of the German butterfly bombs. I mean, there goes for the Panther. Steiner really needs to make up his mind there. It's definitely not a good kind of decision. The Americans just pretty much just straight up copy of them. So I've seen some players claim that's just really being lazy. No, it's the American army being lazy. Just a little note there. Constantly pulling hit rather than taking losses. We got the mortar sitting up, flying counterfire for the tanks and whatnot, getting some good hits on the Panzer Fusiliers. Panther those almost down there for Steiner. Sturm Pioneers let's replace the ones lost. Very good, since he's got no way of repairing his Panther. Panzers need to get the devil out, and there we go. We got the Panther out here for Steiner. Troops in reinforcing. Troops moving westward here with the Volksgrenadiere. And we finally get some breakthrough tactics here from Steiner. Good to see there. Good to see. Pinman machine being added to the Panther as well. So good. So good. Another Sherman for Tomakaze. You might of course consider some Jacksons once the Panther reveals its large armoured hide. There you go. Cancel the Sherman. Probably should have some empty backing up the Panther here to help deal with the Academy. I mean, theoretically, a Panther can do its own with machine guns, but it's not something I'd call super advisable. Let's just put it like that. Tomakaze quick calling some artillery then in response to the German build up here. Another hit on the Panther. Panther needs to be a bit more careful here. Mark Sanchez, John thinks he should be getting that easily heavily damaged. Still, he's not going to be able to render that point neutral in time here with breakthrough tactics. Those going to still, I mean, almost get it halfway done, which is pretty good in just like 3 seconds. I mean, correct use of this one, you can actually get a lot of value in the sense you can disrupt a lot of your opponent's value with it. Victory points wise, Tomakaze is ahead here for Steiner. They keep troops setting up, Major Soldier turn into a bazooka team. The double flip covers, I'd say, has definitely paid off nicely here for Tomakaze compared to the one machine gun was also stricken passive by Steiner plus just one, so he's not quite able to say, get the same tactical edge he's got now that Tomakaze got with his machine guns. There we go, Jackson on the way there for Tomakaze. He is still yet to use his doctrine, you know, except for the cluster bombs like once. Don't need to cover up the Panther here. Steiner, 4-6, 4-6. One kill so far on the Panther. They've still done some damage here to the Yankees. Getting a kill this 9% poor blaster with an armor piercing round. Of course, Panthers did actually target explosives as well, though they were less effective due to the high velocity of the shell, requiring a thicker, say, shell outer part, what do you call cake or whatever, so there's less room for high explosives in it. Panther's going to need some repairs. It is close to Veterans 1 though, which is good, but it's also close to being blown apart, which is notably less good. Catching the mortar with the Panthers would get that'd be pretty helpful here for Steiner. It seems like once more Lady Fortuna does not quite agree with Steiner. Moving up on the flank, threatening. We've got machine gun coming up nicely. Could pop some incendiary armor piercing rounds for increased damage. Would be a very good choice there. He's certainly striking him with map control against Tomakaze and the 6th Armoured. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Panther being repaired. Halfway done. Close to and free on those Panzerverliere. In fact, both of them. Catching them switch cover out in the open. There you go, gaining veteranly free. Small achievement for the Panzerverliere. And then they retreat. Panthers almost good to go. Follows a push back here for the Rifle. BARs definitely paying off great here for Tomakaze. And the Panther is almost good to go here for Steiner. Close but not quite. Line for gun though got cleared out. Be unfortunate here. Salute strike almost took it out, but the gun is still operable, although they need to clear out Ludwig. Pushing up here, big swing there. Steiner needs to get back into the action. He needs to be more careful with this Panther. Or at least get more Sturmpanzer. He's going to fix it up faster. Directly here from the Jackson. He's a teal. Cool bazooka fire there. Down some nasty hits there on the Panther. Shoving it down to half health. Might be able to put some hits to the Panther. Then again, the bazooka teams are causing a problem. Still acting to back up the Panther versus the infantry. Up here, troops being held down with machine gun fire. More also causing a bit of a hamp with the issue. Sherman rolling hit, 11 kills so far there. Rifleman flanking up here with the Lieutenant in tow. Nice push there by Tomakaze, putting some pressure there on Steiner, who decides to follow up here with the Panzer IV. Not a bad choice there to combine with the Panther. Can certainly put some more pressure than Tomakaze's infantry, which Steiner definitely needs, and the Panther can of course help deal with the armor more specifically that are out there. Again, creeping up and definitely did not pay off. There we go, we got cluster bombs here. Definitely forcing a retreat here. There you go. Bombs away. Note with the cluster bombs, they're not all meant to like detonate at the same time. Some are meant to go off immediately, some are meant to like just wait around for some time, and then others were basically sort of meant to act as landmines, I believe, if I remember correctly. So a little fun fact there. So moving ahead, Panther need repairs. Panther good to go here though for Steiner. Needs to pull off though some, I think, aggressive maneuver here to catch Tomakaze off guard. I mean, force-wise they're sort of close to each other, but he's sort of starting here to make any sort of gains on the map and sending behind on victory points. So something needs to change here, I think, for Steiner and the 21st Panzer to be shown soon. And of course needs that Panther fixed up. Another strum here for Tomakaze, more medium armour. Now here we've got the Panther with the Bauer hitting Veteran 4. Not bad at all. Here from the Jackson and the Panzer IV. The skirmisher rifles, the Fulton up close to the assault rifles and the high veterans, the Fulton lines pull through, except they don't pay attention to what's going on. Ah, shize it. Panther's done with repairs, Sherman almost done there for Tomakaze. Getting over shoots, get to go in the Jackson. Second Sherman almost done. As well as advance, there you go. Catch the kid. There we go. Gets it wiped. But we got the Jackson nearby, plus the Sherman, of course, from there for the Panzer IV. Panther's still being repaired. And there you go. Artillery called in as you try to get the kid for there. Need to retreat immediately, even though he might be too late here. One good straight hit there could take it out. But no. Seems like you got a bit lucky this time. We should also have considered sneaking up from here, though. Of course, all the medium tanks mean that Tomakaze can quickly react to such a maneuver, so he needs to at least push the tanks away for a bit. Or occupy them. Breakthrough tactics. Steiner's on the offensive again. Again, down the centre victory point. Panther's carefully take the rifle, the super fire going off there. Not able to get a wipe on the rifle. There you go, push back. Panther gains veterans 1, which isn't bad. Isn't bad at all. Sherman there flanking up. Panther will get some good hit. Those still need repairs, and I do think Steiner should increase and just consider another Sturmpioneer squad to assist with the repairs. Right, the faster you can get the Panther and the Panther all back in the fight versus Tomakaze, the better. 152 with 396. Good hit from the Sherman and the Panzer Fusilier. Need to move up there to grab it, and there you go, more breakthrough tactics. Damage in the Sherman, good work, good work. Steiner those pushing his tanks to the very limit. Again, more Sturmpioneers would help them quickly surpass their limits against the Americans. Nasty hit on the Panther forms taking it out. Panther's almost good to go to there. Almost good to go. But not quite. And there you go, pushes out anyways. Kind of forward sit back and wait here for Tomakaze just giving the time he actually needs. Oh dear, not good, not good, not good. Trying to flank in the Jackson gets too close to all the riflemen there to tank rifle grenades. McKenna of course being knocked out here. Damage in the Panther, pretty bad there for Steiner. Seems like he's suffering a bit from some tunnel vision and lack of Sturmpioneers. At the very least, you then consider, maybe a mechanized regiment just, get some repair pioneers at least assist. There you go. Finally popping in some artillery rounds. Rather than choosing that, but it's a pretty good ability, particularly know how to use it and time it well. And of course, really helps the machine gun now do some heavy damage there to the rifle, cutting them down. Cluster bombs again, right on the Panther. He's obviously not expected to take it out, but if you can still stun it up there a bit, it still, helps. Things just blowing apart there. Recon Support moving ahead, still nothing happening in the west. Panzer is striking forwards. We can do this, men. Just shoot and don't ask questions. Rather than clicking right, the Panzer's doing some heavy infantry damage. They're shown down to half health. And there you go, almost got it. Might be able to finish off here with the Panzer 4 blitzkrieging in there. Nope, doesn't blitzkrieg. Not want to consider it. I was going to go for it. Panther being repaired, I hope. Missed the Sherman. He's carefully got a wipe though. Another hit there and misses the bloody Sherman again. Bad luck there for Steiner. Very bad luck. At least getting a wipe there helps. Machine living assault like Kedner for this being pushed back by the 5th caliber. Grenades and shots. There we go. Double grenades. By the looks of it almost. Actually guts the 5th caliber. There we got the Sherman blocking the way. Panther moving in. Getting a bit aggressive here. Steiner knows he has to push hard now, but appears in the beginning he should be pushing a bit harder elsewhere as well. There you go, damaged engine. Can the Panther get the Sherman? Got a lot of infantry moving in and need to be careful. They should be able to get it. There we go, gets it. Damaged engine though. And very importantly, he needed infantry support, but he might have a chance of getting away. Panther low being fixed up. We got orbital on the way here for Steiner. Very good, very good. Panther almost good to go here. Panther gains Vetri 2. That's going to help here versus the infantry and the armor, though he still needs to keep pulling back the Panther. And he also needs to push elsewhere. Still getting rid of one Sherman. Help now. We can see that Tomakaze is basically doubling up the Jacksons. Might have to go for a Yak Panther to deal with that. He needs some pressure elsewhere. It does feel a bit like tunnel vision. Raw to start called in, got another unit wiped. That's very nice there. Jackson flanking on the Panzer 4, just moves close to the ramp, getting to tank rifle grenaded. Needs to get like Kednev. Oh, they're setting up here to ambush the Jackson. Very good. There we go. Almost got the Jackson. Loses the Panzer 4, though, which is pretty bad here. If he gets the. He doesn't. One of the Panzers. Oh, the Kednev misses. Gets the Legion squad here. Brutal stuff here, brutal stuff. Panther being fixed up. Going for the Western victory point. Very good, very good. So should grab that machine as well. And clearing out the 5th caliber here with the Panzer with his head on. Bit silly to be honest. But it seems to be working out. Panther's almost good to go. But he's going to need more armor. Well, Kednev got wiped. That's pretty bad there. He's lost both of them in fact. Panther moving ahead, needs to be careful there, not to extend. Shot bounced off the Panther's armor. Pretty nice there for Steiner. Well, lots of Jacksons are a problem for the Panther. But it very mildly, plus lost the Kednev, I mean he's got one overall list counter for that, plus he needs more counters for the Panthers possibly. Smoke's been off, but in this case makes it harder for other things to support the Sherman rather than screening from the Panther. Jackson shoots through it though, gets a good hit there on the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Troops are healing, reinforcing. Pushing and ending what they can. Almost got the western fuel point there. There we go. Just needs to connect it now. Got Panther for the big attempts again. I don't know. With double Jacksons, he probably wants a Yak Panther to be honest. And there you go. Director needs to pull back the Panther. Blitz clicking. Very good. Very good. There you go. Cancel it. Goes for the Yak Panther. Good choice there. Good choice. And Artillery called in. Needs to split things up. Yeah, still hasn't bothered recruiting the light infantry gun, though that could be helpful. It's cluster bombs. And big swing here into the west by Tomakaze. He's having none of that German nonsense. Need to retreat the orbital done now. Oh, that's going to be too late, I think. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. 73 versus 385. Anti-tank raft grenade sending in the Panther. Pretty risky by Steiner, but he has to be risky now. Victory point sticking down. If he doesn't do some serious work there, he's going to lose. Ah, yeah, it's a mine. Tomakaze has been laying down anti-vehicle mines earlier. The cheeky bastard. Well played. Most people do not anticipate them all because few players do use them, but when they do, it's actually surprising effects. And there you go, Panther being flanked here by the Jackson. Can't blitz away easily. Nasty hit there. Panther might be able to escape. Damn close. We got the Yak Panzer moving up, pushing up here against the eastern point. Machine gun holding up with Nurtulu to quickly, cover up. Things looking pretty tricky there for Steiner. I really think you should recruit that one again. Begin laying down smoke screens here and there. And honestly, another Sturm Pioneer squad would also really carried, I think, Steiner a lot further. Still, fight continues. Casualties continue to pile up from both sides. Panther, though, is close to Veteran. If he didn't get it, that'd be huge for Steiner. Huge. We'll have to see if we can actually get there, though. We shall see. 50 cover there on the machine gun. Panzer pushing in, almost getting the turn. They're almost getting it. Can they take out the bastard? No. No such luck there. Tomakaze keeps up the attempt. But there you go, being flanked here. Noting 38 kills on those Panthers. They really have done some serious lifting there for Steiner. Some serious lifting. Panther being fixed up finally. Using breakthrough tactics to assist with his conquest. And now we got Scots on the way there for Tomakaze. Meaning he's got Jackson, Shermans and Scots, bringing him some nice mix of armour. But we got the Yak Panzer here to meet the Americans and shoots him. Look, it says he hits their ass. Yeah, this is so funny. I wish we were lethal too, so yeah. Nice hit on the Jackson, of course. Double Jackson quickly do short way there with the Yak Panzer. Shoots, gets it down to half health there. Still taking a lot of damage. He's going to need at least another Yak Panzer, I think, to have a serious threat there on the enemy armour. Panther need repairs. I really think he needs more Sturm Pioneers just to assist with repairs. I mean, really just having 2 repair units is very important if you're not the Americans, because your stuff can't repair itself. Push here. He's cleared the lieutenant pretty fast. Got the Jackson, the Shermans ring just 1 lump. They're almost on need to retreat, close to being wiped out. Yak Panzer's almost good to go, but against all of this, the question is, can Steiner master sufficient firepower? Yak Panzer fixed. He's careful now. Use Yak Panzer. There you go. Fired from by the Jackson. Shot and missed again. He's going to, I think, push back. There you go. Yak Panzer shoots now. It's that time to miss. Panther up, shoots, hits the Sherman. Another hit there from Jackson. Needs to pull back the Panther. He's pushing it too far ahead. Needs to cap the Yak Panzer keep pace. Panther almost knocked out. He didn't get it properly repaired. Jackson down to half health. Not bad, not bad. Veteran free gained on the Panther. Said good. But the situation is not looking amazing. There you go. Sherman's gone almost knocked out. Yak Panzer is taking more damage. Steiner is still supremely short Sturm Pioneers or any other sort of repair meshes for his armour. Still, he's got an Ace Panther, which is theoretically nice. We got the Pathfinders out here finding for Tomakaze, something besides the cluster bombs he's actually calling in there. Probably just calling artillery strikes and clear up whatever Steiner's got. Brutal stuff here. Stuff here rapidly being fixed up. And a huge lump of angry Americans here with 50 calibers and bars and more. Not a good development there for the Panzerfusilierer. Not a good development at all. This is going to take forever there for Steiner. Situation is looking pretty bleak here for the German army. Looking pretty bleak. Setting up for another push. Panther halfway done, and we got breakthrough tanks again. He quickly hitting the far western victory point. Great. Things are quickly running out here. Panther's almost good to go. There you go. Yak Panther moving up. Gets over hitting the Sherman. Panther pulling it. Fulton as well. Got cluster bombs off. Starting out bit, there we go. Fulton's getting wiped. Retreat Panther's almost wiped out as well. Pretty bad here. Panther being hit. Yak Panther there, stand by. Lots of fire there. Jackson veteran free as well. Anti-tank rocket grenade being attempted here. Panther's almost knocked out already. Not looking good here, not looking good. 24 points left. And this Steiner surrenders. GG, game over. A brutal fight here on crossing the ridge in the end there. The Germans could not prevail through the sheer firepower here of Tomakaze. I think part of it was just Tomakaze just controlled the map better, where Steiner, I think, too quickly fell into a pattern of just, focusing down very small parts of the map, not relying enough on maneuver, and I feel like his line for gun was a bit wasted since, went for smoke screens. So those I think were some issues that sort of slowly but surely just gained Tomakaze more control. He just kept attacking, he also kept flanking, he kept looking for other paths to attack Steiner on, where Steiner just relied just head-on assaults, which to an extent, while effective, just long-term couldn't quite carry him there. So, in terms of damage kills, to surprise at close, but as you might notice throughout most of the fight, though, Tomakaze just used the map better that way, closing down Steiner and ensuring that, again, he just really couldn't do much with his stuff. So, in that regard, had Steiner, I think, chosen more different attack paths to try to maneuver Tomakaze, at least use smoke screens, he probably could have done a much better job here versus Tomakaze. But sadly, without that, he became, in many cases, easy targets here for Tomakaze's weaponry. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Spread the word. Share it. Also, big thanks to Andrew for upgrading his pledge on Patreon and further increasing the flow of money to the Propagandacast, allowing me to keep making these videos day after day. So big thanks to you, Andrew. You're a wonderful, wonderful person, and may all of life's wealth fall upon you in return. This is Imperial signing off. Thank you all for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another signing episode. Bye.